It's glorious. That is all I can say. Words taken from quarterback J.J. McCarthy as the Maize and Blue, the University of Michigan Wolverines defeat, trounce, kill, whatever you want to say, thoroughly demolish the University of Washington Huskies 34-13, and we pick up this game in the first quarter. Michigan rolls on the ground early. Great blocking. This was a clinic in how to block. If you are an offensive lineman, if you are a young offensive lineman, or you're a young physical tight end, you should watch that game over again 400 times because that was a clinic in how to block by the Michigan offensive line and Michigan tight ends. They thoroughly outplayed the Joe Moore award-winning, Washington offensive line. Michigan rolls early, as I said, a couple 40-plus yard runs, and a couple of them from a player that I did not see playing very. I just didn't see this coming in Donovan Edwards. I thought it was going to be the Blake Corum show. Donovan Edwards showing that burst of speed. He's wicked fast, man. He is super fast. A great compliment to Corum's powerful running style. I was taking notes all throughout the game. Penix started out pretty calm. J.J. McCarthy kind of looked nervous a little bit. Then he started to settle into the first quarter, my bad. Sorry, guys, my head is spinning today. And then Mikey Sanderstill, a great tackle with a minute left to go in the first quarter on a 3rd and 5 that led to a punt that led to Michigan getting points. And, I mean, this was a note that I took early on. As we see later, Mikey Sanderstill comes up again. Washington offensive line was getting a little bit antsy, a couple false start penalties, slowed them up a bit. Michigan, and this is because Michigan shows a lot of pressure every single time, and then they do everything with it. They blitz everyone from one side, they blitz everyone from the other. They pull everyone back, and they only rush 2 or 3. Not 2, 3 or 4, or they send the house sometimes. You just never know what they're going to do because they give you the same basic look, and they do all sorts of stuff with it. So, really, that defense, the defensive coordinator for Michigan, man, he needs to get a head coaching job right now. And that caused the Washington offensive line to not play as good. Going for the 4th and 7, I said this, to my family when I was watching the game, to my friends who I was texting with, when you go for it on 4th and 7 on your own 50 in the second quarter and you're only down by, I think it was 11 at the time, I think it was 14-3, that's a very risky move. Looked a lot to me like a young Brandon Staley with the Chargers. Remember when he was going for it on his own 30, Anyway, that's beside the point. I just thought that, it really cost them field position-wise. They got the best result possible with a 3-and-out, but really cost them field position-wise. And here, I wrote this down multiple times. This is Big Ten bully ball in all caps. And I wrote this because Michigan I cannot stress it enough how good Blake Corum and that offensive line is. Blake Corum, he gets hit, I don't know, 3 or 4 yards from the line of scrimmage because his offensive line is getting him a ton of push. And he goes for about, I don't know, till the first down at this point. He goes for so long. He's so hard to get down. And we go forward a little bit, and the Michigan offense starts to sputter around the end of the first half. They went for it on 4th and 3. I didn't like the out route play call. I know it looked there. I just didn't like it. The throw was a touch late from McCarthy. I just didn't like it in general. And I honestly, I would have taken points or went for the field goal. I can't remember. Or punt. I can't remember where they were on the field exactly. And here's the deal with Washington in this game. The deep ball was not there. The Michigan cornerbacks, Johnson, Sanderstill, Moore, the safety, they're all elite players. And they were locking down the deep threat for pretty much the whole game. There was 1 or 2 busted coverages. That was it. And, excuse me. And it was pretty much just locked down. So they had to do these little check down throws all the time. And that's not the way Washington is built. If there's one weakness, it's if you get Washington to do that, it's not going to end well because Michael Penix is a downfield passer by nature. So there's that. So Michigan just held them the entire game. They just did not let them get the deep ball. And I mean, I wrote multiple times in my notes, deep ball isn't there. Washington has to dink and dive down the field, and this was crucial, ending the half with a touchdown for Washington and coming out with the ball as well. Very gutsy call to go for it on fourth down. I know it makes sense, but man, you like points, and if you don't get points there, man. So very gutsy call. I liked it enough, I get very nervous when you go for it on fourth down, especially in the circumstances that they were in. Coming out of half, the Michigan offense has really been sputtering. I think it was, 4 or 5 straight 3-and-outs or something, or close to it, something like that. And J.J. McCarthy, with his foot basically on the goal line, they were backed way up. I think I'm fast-forwarding a bit into the third quarter. Backed way up. His foot's basically on the goal line once he takes a snap, and he runs for about 30 yards. I can't remember what it actually was, but he runs him way out there. I think I think 30 yards sounds about right, but that was so crucial. That was so clutch. McCarthy was 6 of 13 going into that play. He had not been the most accurate. He had not been the best passing the ball, but he showed that he can do it with the QB run game. He can go out and execute the QB run game, and he can do it to a great effect. That was his longest run of the year, and man, that was just so crucial, so clutch from J.J. McCarthy. That's the word that I have from this season. He was clutch all season long. Versus Ohio State, he was clutch. Versus Penn State, actually, Penn State's a bad example. They ran the ball 462 times in a row. But, versus Bama, clutch as heck on that final drive. And this game, I said in my preview, go back and watch it, he needs to be clutch. He needs to be making those third down conversions all throughout the game in order for them to win. And he did it by and large throughout the whole game. I know that there was a lull at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half. But by and large throughout the whole game, he was making enough passing and enough running that he was just great. And then Penix was just off. He got hurt. The announcers were talking about it. He was a little bit banged up, and then he was taking shot after shot after shot after shot. Once the Michigan defense really got to him, the deep ball came back on a busted coverage. It was too late. I wrote better than never. Late is better than never, but at that point it was never, because on pretty much one of the next plays, Mikey Sanders he had such a bad game against Bama, 4 or 5 missed tackles, and he comes out and gets the interception. I felt so happy for the kid. He ran all the way back down. I wanted him to score the touchdown, but he was amazing in this game. Really, really great play by them. And my final score prediction for this game was, if I do recall, 33-31. And I got the Michigan score pretty much right. It was 34. I expected Washington to play a little bit better. But takeaways from this game. Number 1, Big Ten bully ball still works. You can still run the ball and play in this game. All right. It seems so much focus is on an air raid offense for throwing the ball for 500 yards because we want to be all like the pros. But you can still get it done doing the dirty work. You can still get it done playing great defense and really complimentary offense. You can still do that in this league now. And that was the pinnacle of what a Big Ten offense should look like. Pinnacle. And just a word. How much time do I have? Well, I've been rambling for 9 minutes. This will be 15 seconds. Michigan did not cheat their way to this game. A lot of SEC fans are mad. They're crying their eyes out. They're crying their eyes out because they are just so mad that they don't have a team in there. They got to find something to blame. So they go into this. I mean, if you're not one of those, I'm sorry. I didn't want to stereotype you, but there are people out there that do this that I know. And they're out there crying their eyes out because Michigan's out here winning, and they're blaming it on cheating. And you know what? They might have cheated last year. We don't know. We don't know when they cheated, how they cheated, and how big it was. If they cheated last year, it obviously wasn't against TCU because they lost. No harm, no foul, in my opinion. They didn't cheat at all this year. They got to a 13-0 record on their own with no help. And I can say that with pretty much certainty with the timeline of events that happened, and they didn't cheat in the playoffs at all. All right. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on this national championship game. And like the video, as always. And enable alerts so that you can get alerted when more off-season content comes out. I'm working on off-season content right now, man. Off-season is going to be fun. There's a lot of transfer portal stuff still going on, recruiting stuff going on, lots of really high-end 4-star, 5-star film to break down, and schedule predictions. My favorite time of year coming up soon. All right, this is it for the bowl season, the playoff season, and the 2023 season in general. I think everyone can agree that this has been one of the better seasons of college football as of late. Great college football season, and I wish you guys a great end to this college football season, and we're looking forward to the next one on the channel. Subscribe, and I'm out.